Andre Hamilton is the lead keyboardist for the group, gospel group Chorus, an excellent group that has been traversing the landscape for the last few years. They are a dynamic group, and he's also the lead keyboardist at the Gospel Refuge Church. They're pastored by Pastor Ricketts in Ligony. He's also involved with voice, teaching the voice, how to harmonize and, sing together as a group. He's a band leader. He is also a digital engineer, audio engineer, and so many other things. A multi talented young man who really loves the Lord. Amen. So we want to welcome him to the Unstoppable Praise and Worship Training. Feel free to post your questions in the chat. Somebody type something in the chat, Andre. I won't say it out loud, but yes, he's a multi-talented young man, and he's available only for Jesus right now.
Oh boy. Give me 1 sec. Let me just fix the jump board camera. 1 second.
So I see Mr. Heath. Is that Mr. Heath on bass? Is that Andre Pusey, newest married man on the block? That's on drums right there, drum cage. So folks, take careful note for those of you who are building out your church. How to properly lay out a church. Andre spent a lot of time researching, and I'm sure a lot of money, whether his money or Pastor Rick's money, somebody's money went into all that you're seeing. I don't know if the camera can pan the walls. Andre, you have to go talk about everything. You see the walls?
I'll do
Everything
that
in this
shortly. Give me one
church,
sec. I'm coming back now.
yeah, man, everything in this church is deliberate. You're talking about sound, folks, and there are two principles in sound. One, absorption, and two, reflection. So you need something around you to absorb sound, which is why in movie theaters they have thick carpets, and they have. It's a good thing I have the gift of gab, Okay, I'll stop. In movie theaters they have thick carpets, and they have plush seat, deep seats, and they also have heavy drapes. So all of that around is not for beauty; it's for sound. So it absorbs, I think, the low frequency. Is that it? No, absorbs the high frequency, and then the curve of the building um, bounce the low frequency properly distributes the low frequency. Have I got it right, Andre? Am I leading the people astray?
You pretty
uh,
much have it down.
yeah, so those panels around, acoustic panels, absorbs the sound, and the other things around the church. I think if he had money, maybe he would carpet the pulpit area.
I
I'm
would
not sure.
actually. And the altar area. I'll actually carpet the entire church and change the
And
benches
change the
to
windows. Yeah, yeah,
yes, and I would change the benches to chairs.
yeah, yeah.
Padded
Anything to
chairs.
absorb
Yes.
high frequency and you reflect low frequency, right? Which one is it?
Um no, to really absorb the reflection of the sound.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
Yeah. Frequency is not a real issue. 'Cause you actually control that from the mixer board.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, you're the expert. So you ready now, boss?
I hope so.
So Andre will be dealing with how to flow together as a band, and a little later he's going to be doing digital sound mixer, how to do all of that mix and create all of that sound. So all over to you, sir.
Awesome, awesome. Hello, praise the Lord, everybody. Uh, wow. Yeah. I hope this will be a good session.
Yes, sir.
I'm just gonna pretty much try and just flow with, as if I was actually in a service and some of the things that we would do. Um, and if you have any questions, Terrell, probably you can help me with the whole raise a hands thing because I'm probably not gonna be able to
Yeah,
see
man,
this
I'm
very
here. I
much.
got you covered, brother. Got you
All
covered.
right. All right, awesome stuff. What else is there to say? All right, so we can just get going. Uh, yes. All right, so I'm gonna share my screen. Just turn off this. Okay. We're coming, guys. We're coming. We're coming. share desktop screen. All right. We are going to go on to here. There we go. So we're talking about how to flow as a band, right? I'm not seeing it. Okay, I think it just loaded. Tell me if you guys are seeing. Okay, it's coming. No, you guys are seeing that?
Yes, we are.
Okay, good. All right. Are you hearing the keyboard?
Yes, sir. The sweet sounds of the Yamaha.
All right. So before we even start, if you're on a laptop, everyone, if you're on a laptop, you're going to hear exactly what we're hearing on our end, which is actually a stereo mix. So if I'm playing more to the left, or right side rather, you should more hear to your right side if you're using a headphone, on to my left, or to your left. All right. If you're on a phone, you won't hear it, but you can at least enable original sound, so at least it'll be able to be clearer on your end. All right, cool. So, how to flow as a band. I'll tell you this much before I even move to the next slide. This has a lot to do with your spiritual work is actually a part of it, because sometimes you can do too much. And as a result of that, flesh takes over and you're not actually being led by the Holy Spirit, which sometimes it just wants you to be completely quiet, no music whatsoever. Sometimes it wants a little bit of music. It knows exactly who's here in the pew and whose heart needs to be touched and how that needs to happen. So being very sensitive to the Holy Spirit helps a lot, especially when the entire band is in one accord on that. Yes. So making sure that your mind is in that place, is at that place, and your heart to just allow yourself to be used by the Lord to minister to the hearts of everyone who is in here, including yourself. It's never about you when you're touching an instrument in a house of worship. It's not about you. It's all about Jesus. If you go to a gig and the gig requires you to solo or something, then it's about you in a sense. So you kind of open up as to what you can do, and just kind of you open up in that moment, and you still be as you are aware of what you're doing, because you still don't want to overdo it. Yeah. All right. So that's one. The other thing is to really you have to practice as a band and get to understand each other, how everyone plays and what is expected of each musician as you play, and go through varying things. Yeah, all right, so it's pretty much those two things: practicing with your band members, listening to different genres of music, getting ideas, practicing syncopations, practicing how you talk to each other, and what again, like I said, what is expected of each of you. Sometimes we end up doing things without even thinking about it. It just happened in the moment, and it's a very wonderful feeling. Yeah. So, all right, enough for that rambling. Let's get to the slide so we can get going. Can you actually see me side by side with the slide? You have to see me side by side.
Yes, we're good.
All right, cool. For those, all right. So if you're on your phone, you have to slide to see the shared thing, probably see us, and to see the drum booth, right? The drum booth camera should be up somewhere, I hope. All right. Let me just make sure it's up. Yeah, it's actually not up. Drum booth camera is up now. All right, good. Okay. So the first thing it's not going to be a very long session because it's just 20 minutes that we have. So understanding from the perspective of the three main instruments: the drums, the bass, and the keyboard. And to close off, just the band in general. All right. So for the drums, firstly, actually, something is changing this. Hold on. Yes. Firstly, there must be a leader before you even get to the drums. there must be a leader, someone that you're following as you play an instrument. That way, you're not just doing whatever you want to do, where you want to play next, and all that jazz. So if the lead player doesn't have to be an MD, it can just be anybody who is the leader at that time. Says to go to 4, you know to go to 4. This is in C sharp right now. Says to go to 7, go to 6, or the actual minor 6. Right? So all of those actually needed to know what to do, where to go, and also, you're following your lead singer and understanding what they're doing. All right, so from the drums perspective, you need to know when to come in as a drummer. I've seen many times where as the lead singer starts to sing, the drum is playing. That can't work, guys. That cannot work. You have to allow for the song to transition from soft to loud. There are phases in the song. Sometimes the song only requires the soft section and the loud section. No, there are times when the lead singer starts, and yes, the drums can come in depending on what it is. Because there are some songs that just the drums are required, and then the entire band comes in and begins to fill the entire song. So it's important that we know when to come in. So, and also in coming in, whether it is to use just the cymbals or to start playing the foundation beat, meaning so this is supposed to be a demonstration, so we're gonna just do something and just kind of flow with it. So whether to just come in with the cymbals and so forth. So let's try something. What I'm using, guys, is actually a click track here right now. It's not the actual drums playing. And you will know because you see the drummer actually playing, right? And the click track actually helps to it helps with timing. It helps with building an atmosphere as well. That's one example with the cymbals coming in. All right, let's just flow with it. Remember, you can actually move and see what the drummer is doing, and as well as what we're doing. We're not playing any particular song, we're just kind of just grooving. And we're just kind of going through what's on the list right there. So just now we're doing when to build. And what we did just now was actually to raise a key from C sharp to to D, right? And so that's what we're doing, just kind of going through what's there. All right, so what we just did just now, we actually just did number 1 and 2, and a little of number 3. We didn't do much of number 4, but that's one way of actually playing along with your band. You're telling them exactly what you want them to do. The raises, I'm actually speaking to them in this talkback microphone as it relates to the raise and when to be soft, when to be loud. And again, a lot of this, I keep looking over this, so I need to be looking in the camera. A lot of this actually is done, especially when a lead singer is up top. Or even if it's not a lead singer, it could just be the minister that's there. And you're playing, but you have to be watching the minister to know when it's time to bring it down, because they may want to speak, but because you're looking away or you're down in your instrument, you're not seeing that they actually want to say something. So it's important for all the band members to be watching and seeing what's happening up top. All right. And I have the last one here. Sometimes it's just one instrument on the instrument on your. Sorry. Sometimes just one part on your instrument that you need to be doing, especially for the drums. To just help to transition, it makes a whole lot of difference when you just kind of keep it as simple as possible. So a quick example of that, playing at the same beat, all right? So that's an example, a short example of just having the kick coming in. It actually sounds, I would say, sometimes sounds even better when you have a slower tempo working with on that one. All right, so gonna jump onto the bass. It's not much different. Everything kind of comes together. Usually comes in with the drummer on the foundation beat, which is pretty much what we did when the bass came in at that time. And the same thing about when to build, how and when to pocket, when to come out. Now, there's one more where, playing the melody of a song from the bass can be very effective. Because, a lot of times you hear the piano or the keyboard playing the lead. You may sometimes hear the lead guitar playing the lead, but not very often you hear the bass player playing the lead, and that can actually be rather effective. Yeah. So actually I asked Bigo to play the melody for me on one of the songs. A song that I actually love, bow down and worship him. Yeah. Actually just put him on the spot, so give or take. I just put him on the spot a while ago to do that for me. Yeah, so let's try that song. I'm going to start playing first, and then we can transition over into the bass taking the melody. All right, guys. Yes. So I hope you guys kind of got an understanding, especially with the bass playing the melody of the song. Um, I'm just kind of going to hurry up and run through now because I know it's almost the end of the time. So the keyboard player usually starts. Oh, you're not seeing the screen. Hold on. Forgot. Hold on. Uh, where is this? Yeah, right here. So I'm actually running Ableton, guys, for the click track that you hear. Yeah, that's Ableton. We used a lot to even run backing tracks. I'm going to give you a quick example of that on the last part of this, when you actually have a full backing track playing with. All right, so keyboard player usually starts every song with the lead singer. Yeah? Um, and again, it's usually just a keyboard player. To help transition songs, usually it's just a keyboard player. If you even have an upbeat song, when we all get to heaven, an upbeat song, sometimes the keyboard player is finding the key, one, which you have to be really quick on that so that it's not, you're not holding out the entire song from actually starting. So find the key, and right as when they may be singing over the verse, or halfway between the first time of singing the verse, the musicians will now come in. And it's really good whenever you have everybody coming in at the same time, right? Let's go down to C sharp real quick and just give a quick example. We're going to play church. So that's an example of everybody coming in at that time. It gives a different effect. You feel like a punch. You feel like the song has actually begun. So me playing just now would have been playing with a lead singer just to kind of get the thing going, give the musicians time to find the key, the time to hear the beat, because it all depends on how I even start the song. Because if I started like this before. So that actually tells them what beat we're looking at, yeah, versus the church beat that we actually used a while ago. So all that is pretty much important. I keep looking at that, but I need to be looking at the camera. Yes, so the next one is the chords must complement the singer, whether it is the guitar player that's playing, the piano, the keyboard player, whichever instrument that tends to harmonize. And even if it was a instrument like a sax, that's not actually that doesn't play chords. The saxophonist could harmonize with the singer every now and again to just bring some emphasis to that part. The other one here, at times play the melody along with the singer to enhance the experience, which is very true. Depending on the song and so forth, playing the melody with them really does make a difference. If I had a singer with me, I would have given a quick example of that. Kind of hurrying, guys. Know when to be loud and when to be soft. The band should follow suit, right? I think we did that just now, even with the Bow Down and Worship song. So I think you guys can have an idea. And even if you're playing alone as the keyboard player along with the singer, you still want to know when to be loud and when to be soft with them. Do not play all your fancy or complex chords at the beginning of a song, especially during a church service. Start off with simple chords and progressions so that the song may progress nicely. And also, when you do that, especially while playing the melody, it helps for the listeners to know exactly what you're playing. Um, yes, and the melody is so important because if I were to just play a chord, play this for example. I think I may have even given it away. If it would be so cool if somebody actually knew what song I was playing just now. Um, but yes, with that, just playing like that and not actually, playing melody and putting everything together, doesn't make it very easy to understand or know what is being done in that moment, right? So if I were to do that over and actually play with the melody, you probably pick up on the song easily. Let's try that. So that made it a whole lot easier. I'll say yes, Lord, yes. Just like that. And you find sometimes some musicians will actually throw in all of their sweet stuff right at the beginning. Guys, sometimes you find that happening at the beginning of a song. No, can't afford that to happen. Jeez. You have to play it as simple as possible to allow. Yeah. I have to play it as simple as possible, guys. And to just allow for the song to progress, for it to breathe. It makes a whole lot of difference, guys. All right, last slide, and we are done. All right, let's go to the last slide. This is, what am I on? Okay. So, from the band's perspective, sorry about that. Follow the lead musician. Let's give it a sec to load. Follow the lead musician. If they say pocket, just do it. The effectiveness of unity is far greater than choosing to do your own thing. Let me say that one more time, guys. The effectiveness of unity is far greater than choosing to do your own thing. So, imagine we're playing and I'm just going to play. We're going to just do something again with the same song. I'll say yes, Lord, yes. And I won't even tell the bass player where to go. I won't tell the drummer what to do. We're just going to play our own thing, right? And just kind of hear what it sounds like. And then I'll say, okay, let's go back to pocket and let's follow each other to kind of get that transition. Here we go. I don't know about you, but if you ask me, the drummer seemed very busy at the back there. Yes, is the lead musician usually on keyboard, or can he or she be on another? A lot of the times, musicians are on. Actually, you find musicians to be on the lead keyboard, yes, but what's it called? Fred Hammond's band, if I'm not mistaken, Calvin Rogers was actually the MD and the one that was leading from the drum set. He had the top back mic. If you look in the drum booth right now, yeah, play bass, right? Yeah, and Morgan Turner for John Peaky's band is actually a bass player. And he's the MD, he's the one that leads. They all have a top back mic to tell them when to do something and so on and so forth. So you may find that the lead musician is actually on a keyboard. Jonathan Nelson, the MD was on lead keys for a good moment of the songs, but then he switched to organ and he was still leading from the organ, right? So it can be anybody actually. It's just you need to always have a leader, someone that knows where to go, what to expect, and how to bring about the whole thing. So let's try that one more time with more pocket, as we say here, pocket. So that means our musicians should have a basic understanding of all the overall instruments. That is very, very true, so that you can tell them what you want to hear in that moment. Definitely can't leave that one out. So we're gonna do it one more time. Another example of actually playing the song, but with more togetherness. Again, the effectiveness of unity, guys, is far greater than choosing to do your own thing. So even when I go places to play at a church or something, and I don't know the band, or I don't really play much with the band, I'm always feeling out to see who is the leader. Sometimes when I do go, they will say, Dre, you lead, and we'll just play with you, whatever you want to do, vice versa. But if I'm not the leader, I'm going to look around to see, okay, who am I listening to? Who am I following? And follow suit. And actually, I'm not even going to do much because I want to feel that band and what is expected of them. Maybe this church doesn't play much fancy chords, much of this or that. You just kind of want to know where you sit. All right, I think my time's up though. Let's hurry up and be done with this. Yes, Sterling saying yes, my time is up. All right. So let's just hurry up and do this one. And I'm going to just show you a quick thing with the backing track and, playing with that as well. Let me just talk about the other ones real quick. Number 2, listen to each other. Sometimes you and another player may be doing a syncopation together coincidentally, which causes that moment to be a bit muddy. What you can do is just stop. So if you're playing and you're doing a run, in that moment, another musician or aux keyboard player may be doing a minor scale run. And the two of them coming in at the same time, not really matching up. So you may just have to just stop, come out, and allow for that person to finish. Or you can look at each other to say, yeah, you do something, whatever it is, this is your time, the whole works. The one in the instrument in music is your best friend. I'm going to give you a quick example of that too. You will be amazed as to how powerful it is, especially when everyone plays it together and there's one run or fail happening at that moment. For example, the guitar player. So what I mean is that you're playing, you're kind of holding it out, and maybe the singer is doing something up there. Right here, you might hear the singer going. But instead of me playing something with them, or we are doing something, we just allow for the lead singer to do it, or the guitar player maybe doing the same thing, moving around, but no lead singer. One. Just now I actually moved from 1 to flat 7/4 for musicians. So it can really be a whole different experience when you just drop on that one and you just hold it and you just allow for one person to be doing something, guys. One person to be doing something. Not everybody trying to do a whole bunch of things. And when you're done with that, sometimes you might hear the drummer like coming with the last part of the field and then stop, yeah? So there's that. know what your lead singer likes to do for ministering. For example, Ramona comes to my church. Ramona loves minor and major seventh chords. Yeah, she really does. So I can almost expect there's a part in the song she's gonna want to. You're gonna hear it even sometime in her runs that she's hitting a minor note or a seventh note. So you have to know your lead singer. My deacon, Cornel Lee, he loves to build an atmosphere of worship. So I know from he comes up there, this guy's a worshiper. He loves to worship. So you kind of already know what to expect in building where that person is concerned. All right, guys. So I say yes, Lord, yes, and then we're done. Let's go. All right. So I would have done the other one, but time. So that is it for us, guys.
Wow.